I'm often asked about what the color reference is, what certain things mean. And for example, we hear purple as being a royal color. And why is it a royal color? Well, obviously the kings and queens in the past and present wear different shades of purple, and it does denote royalty. But the real answer is that, for example, in the Bible, it said he wore a purple robe. You knew that he was wealthy. They didn't have to say why. They knew if you mentioned that it was purple. The reason being is it took a lot of little purple sea animals to create that dye, and you had to be wealthy in order to be able to afford it. So it historically became a royal color because of that. I'm often asked, why are barns always red? Well, the reason is that red is cheap. Red in this case, it's a red iron oxide. Farmers used to make their own paint, and they use it readily attained materials. A red oxide could be found in the earth, and linseed oil could be taken from their crops. They mix the two together and they slap it on the barn, and there you have barn red. And even to this day, it's still one of the cheaper paints. And you need something cheap to paint a barn because it takes a lot of paint. So that has historical reference. In many cases in the East Coast, you saw yellow barns because they used to use ragweed and linseed oil to produce the colors. So some things get tradition because of what was readily available and what might have been used in historic times. We know, of course, in history that colors were made from things found in the earth. It might have been flowers, or it might have been fruits, or it could be stones or oils or things like that. So that's the only thing they had available to them, and that's why they became popular. If you look at, for example, the colors found in Williamsburg, which are very historic colors that they've gone back and done research on to find out why they used those particular colors, it was based on what was available or what could be sent over from Europe. They may not have been able to find particular things in America to make those colors, but they'd come over from the ships, and those colors have a lot of their origin from Europe. So some of those traditions are the things that make things more popular. We always have the traditions of our ethnic traditions, for example, the traditions of red, white, and blue. You hear those three words together, you automatically think the American flag. Or the traditions of, say, an ethnic group, say Chinese red and gold are very popular combinations. Rarely is a single color a single story. It has a family that surrounds it. There are colors that works well with. When you talk about color trends, it's never a single color. And oftentimes a trend color can actually bring in another color with us and create a trend.